G'day guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a DIY base for your Kewlus Pro Spring Cobra bag using galvanized pipes that you can get from most hardware or plumbing stores. This is the base you want to make if you've ordered a Kewlus Pro Spring Cobra bag top section. You'll see that making this base is fairly straightforward and you'll save yourself some money because galvanized pipes are pretty cheap. So first, let me show you the complete base, the DIY base in its entirety. So here it is. It's basically a 1/2 inch MDF board or chipboard. You've got a flange that's bolted to it. Then you've got a 1 inch pipe as the base, the main pipe, the main section of pipe. And then on top of that, you've got a 3/4 inch pipe that's attached using a reducing coupling. Let me show you the individual components one at a time. Okay, so the first thing is a section of 1 inch pipe. So this is a big pipe. This is going to be your mast or your main section of pipe. And you want this pipe, the length of this pipe, you want to go to about your knee high. So up to your knee, and it'll be different for different pipe people. Now, I'm releasing a mast that's going to be height adjustable. But in making this yourself at home, DIY style, you want to make sure that it's the right height for you. So knee height, 1 inch pipe. The reason I use a 1 inch pipe for the main section of mast is because it goes onto a 1 inch galvanized flange like this. And this is a nice, big, robust flange that is less likely going to break. And this flange will bolt onto your board, which I'll show you in a minute. Now you don't want to use screws, you want to bolt it on, and I'll show you how. But the next bit that you need is a 3/4 inch section of pipe where you're going to mount your spring. So the Kewlus Pro Spring is designed to go perfectly onto a 3/4 inch pipe. So let me show you, it just slides on, just like that. It's 1.05 inches in diameter, or 26.7 mils in diameter. That's what you want. You want to make sure you double check that. That section is attached to your main section of pipe using a reducing coupling. So it's a thing like this that screws onto the 1 inch pipe, and then your short section of 3/4 inch pipe screws onto that. So that is now ready to mount your spring. Now your spring just simply goes onto it just like that. And then you can either use some tape to tape it in place, some duct tape, or I recommend using hose clamps, like a butterfly hose clamp. Now if you're buying the top section comes with these rubber caps that you screw onto your spring, and that simply slides on. Again, you can secure it in place using some tape just at this point here, or you can use a hose clamp to clamp that in place. Now here I've just put on a hose clamp and I've tightened it, and that just holds it in place, so that won't come off. Now if you can't find the butterfly hose clamp like this, you can just use some duct tape and tape it in place. Okay, let's talk about the board that you're going to need. Now you want something that's relatively large and relatively thick, so I recommend about 1/2 inch thickness MDF board or chipboard. Now you don't need to cut it out in the circle, I did, but you can just have a square one as long as it's at least 2 foot wide by 2 foot. And you want to bolt your flange, the 1 inch flange, in the middle. Now you want to bolt it, don't screw it in because screws are just not going to hold. I'm using 5/16 of an inch bolts. They go all the way through. You can see the bolt heads on the back there. I'm using washers. So I've bolted it on, and it is nice and sturdy. On the back as well, I've put some rubber feet, and that's just to ensure that I've got clearance for these bolt heads. So I recommend using 4 rubber feet on around the board or on the corners of your board. So that'll give you clearance if you put it on the floor, on carpet. Not so much on carpet, but on tile floor, definitely you want that clearance. Alright guys, I've mounted the top section, including the spring and everything else, onto the base. So here it is. Now all you need to do is put some weight on here. You can put weights You can put, I used to use water containers, but now I'm using these sandbags. These are about 40 pounds when filled with sand, and they're used for umbrella stands for outdoors, and you can get them on Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive, or you can make a bag yourself. Just get a garbage bag, fill it up with sand, maybe double bag it just in case, and then you put them on here. Now, 2 of these, 40 pounds each, and Bob's your uncle. Well, that's it, guys. Here it is. It's super duper simple. And if you order the top section components from Kewlus.com, you don't have to mess around with PVC pipes, oil funnels, or pool noodles. It's all there. You just have to make the base. And the base, that's coming to the store as well. So that's coming very, very soon. Go to Kewlus.com. All the details are there. I'll see you in the next video.